Tulasi Maharani, light. Meditate. Mayapur? No, Laguna Beach, California.
Oh, just like Mayapur.
Yeah, where I served brief time, 3 months, 3 months. 3 months served, yeah, 3 months.
Service.
Pujari. Kanpur.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Slow hai.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
You can do.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Song.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram
দেখো
Ram.
এই পঞ্চতত্ত্বগুলো কি সুন্দর।
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare
Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसाति गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम राम राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे कृष्ण
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण
हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
না হাতের কাজ করে নি
Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram
দেখাই তো সবকিছু
Hare Krishna Krishna
delivered the mail.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Until the card, the card.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram
Yeah, I had to talk to.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
That's why they give me.
Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
I will start. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Just a second.
Yes, Prabhuji, we will start.
Yeah, we'll start. Thank you very much for joining today. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Glory to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Vaschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukha karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yakrupatamaha vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Om apavitra pavitro va sarvavastam gatopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhyabhyantaram suji Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. I'm sharing. Yeah. So we are reading today from Srimad Bhagavatam review book by His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. First canto of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled as Creation, 16th chapter entitled as How Parikshit Received the Age of Kali. Audio clear, right, Prabhu? Prabhu?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So let us read this. Yeah. Section, Mother, Deepamata, Mirchadani section.
Parikshit as an ideal ruler punishes Kali. Parikshit's rule, marriage with Iravati and begetting 4 sons, he performed 3 horse sacrifices. 5 to 9, Sonaka Rishi's questions. 5. Why did Parikshit only punish Kali and not kill him? Describe only if it is related to Krishna. 6 to 8, devotees licking honey of Lord's feet escape death. 9. Lazy humans waste their days and nights. 10 to 17, Sutta Goswami describes the movements of Parikshit as a conqueror. 10 to 12, Parikshit conquers all directions. 13 to 17, in his travels, hears about Pandavas and overwhelmed with devotion. 18 to 24, Dharma's questions to Dharani. Are you lamenting for a friend, me, yourself, demigods, living beings, women, children, goddess of learning, brahmanas, kings, or for Lord's absence? 25 to 36, Dharani expresses her pain of separation from Lord and lamentation about the effects of Kali. 25 to 34, remembering various qualities of Krishna. 35, who can tolerate separation from Krishna? And 36, by that time Maharaja Parikshit arrived there. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna. So 1 to 4 talks about Parikshit as an ideal ruler punishes Kali. So 1, 2, 3, 4 verses. Parikshit rule, marriage with Airavati and begetting 4 sons. He performed 3 horse sacrifices and chastised Kali. So this section, Samyukta Mataji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, go ahead.
1 to 4, Maharaj Parikshit as an ideal ruler punishes Kali. Rule. Maharaj Parikshit ruled under the guidance of Brahmanas with great qualities foretold by expert astrologers at his birth. Marriage. He married Airavati, the daughter of King Uttara, and begot 4 sons headed by Maharaja Janmejaya. Sacrifices. Accepting Kripacharya as his guru, he performed 3 horse sacrifices in which profuse charity was given and the demigods were visible. Chastising Kali. The valiant Parikshit once punished Kali, a Shudra, dressed as a king who was hurting the legs of a bull and a cow. The subject of punishing but not killing Kali raises curiosity in Shaunaka Rishi. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Mother. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
in these 4 verses, one verse talks about rule, second verse talks about marriage, and third verse talks about sacrifices, fourth verse talks about chastising Kali. So let us continue. Okay, 5 to 9. Shaunaka Rishi's questions. Sandhya Mataji, can you please read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. 5 to 9. Shaunaka Rishi's questions. Why did Parikshit simply punish Kali but not kill him? Please describe all these instances if they relate to the topics of Lord Krishna. Yadi Krishna Katha higher taste. Atavasya Padambuja Makarandaliham Shatam Kim Anyer Ashad Alaper Ayusho Yadasat Vyayaha. Devotees are accustomed to licking up the honey from the Lord's lotus feet. What is the use of topics that unnecessarily waste one's valuable life? Escaping death by Hari Leelamritam. Some people desiring an eternal life escape death by inviting the controller of death, Yamaraja, for hearing Krishna Katha. Yamaraja has been invited for this sacrifice, and as long as he is present here, no one shall die. Living beings who are under his grip should take advantage by hearing the deathless nectar of Krishna's pastime. Lazy humans, with paltry intelligence and a short duration of life pass the night in sleeping and the day in useless activities.
How will they pass? The lazy human beings. The night in the sleeping and the day in the useless activities. Manda Buddhi. Okay. So 78 talks about escaping death by Hari Leela Amrutam. So nice. Some people desiring an eternal life escape death by inviting the controller of death, Yamaraja, for hearing Krishna Katha. Ajamila pastime we all know. He recited unknowingly. He is not addressing the Supreme Lord. He is just calling his out of affection and love to his son Narayana. He called him. But the name itself purifies, and the Yamaraja, those Yamaraja servants won't take away to Ajamil. Immediately, Vishnudutas came to protect Ajamila because he utterly recited Narayana. So holy name is Hari Leela Amrutam. Holy name is everything is there in the holy name actually. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is given an instruction. What is that? Second verse. Second verse here. Anybody? Quickly.
Nanavatara Bahudani Sarvashakti Tatrarpita Nimita Smaranena Kala. He invested all his potencies in his holy name. So it's more powerful than himself.
Hari Leela Amrutam. Krishna Katha. For hearing Krishna Katha, we get that. See, Yam Vapi Smaran Bhavam. The whole life is a preparation. Death is an examination. So the examination, actually all activities from now onwards, it has to be redirected. It has to be such a way that we have to remember Krishna at the time of death. So every time, I mean, that's where chanting is. See, these Vaishnava Acharyas, they are so much attached to chanting the holy names of the Lord, because it's a nectar of holy name. It's not nectar of holy name. It's a nectar. I mean, we won't experience right away, but it is nectar. Vaishnava Acharya's instructions. Amrutam. And deathlessness will be achieved through the holy name only. So here in this verse, escaping death by Hari Leela Amrutam. No one shall die. Living beings who are under the grip of his grip should take advantage by hearing the deathlessness nectar of Krishna's pastimes. So sixth one is higher taste. We have one book called Higher Taste to attract Western people by giving mode of goodness dishes without onion, garlic, and mushrooms, eggs, proper dishes. There's a book along with some philosophy. So this one, Ata Vasya Padamboja Makaranda Liham Satam. The devotees are accustomed to licking of the honey from the Lord's lotus feet. Yes. So that's where every time we talk about lotus feet of Supreme Lord, devotees are that they get the nectar. They get the nectar from the lotus feet of the Lord. Honey, the form of honey means we can discuss what is that honey here. Can anybody say that? Licking up the honey from the Lord's lotus feet.
It's Harikatha.
Harikatha, okay. Anybody? Why it's described like Atavasha Padamboja Makaranda. Makaranda means honey. Liham Satam. Anybody? Hare Krishna.
Means Prabhuji, what do you they're interested in the Harinam and Harikatha.
Yeah,
They always
custom,
want to only listen.
honey.
Yes.
Yes. Licking up the honey from the Lord's lotus feet. Of course, Harikatha, Hare Leela Amrutam, or nectarian pastimes. Specifically, honey and the that's what I'm asking. So let me see.
Because it's sweet, right? Honey.
Makaranda liham, of those who lick the honey from such a lotus flower. See, honey bees. Example, honey bees. Changes in honey bees.
It takes nectar from flower to flower and he'll make honey.
Like that. Same, a comparison occurred. Nectarian pastimes. It is like just like honey. A honey bee, how it's take the sweetness of the flower and how it's that honeycomb. That's there, right? Like that. So nectarian pastimes. Lord Krishna and his devotees are both are transcendental plane. I'm just reading some purport here in this same verse. Therefore, the topics of Lord Krishna and of his pure devotees are equally good. Right? So here, Prabhupada writes some good points here. To a pure devotee who is actually related with the Lord, such mundane things are transcendental if dovetailed with the Lord or with his pure devotees. We have heard and talked about the activities of the Pandavas. And now we are dealing with the topics of Maharaja Parikshit. Because all these topics are related to the Lord Krishna, they are all transcendental. And pure devotees have great interest in hearing them. See, nectar and nectar. It's nectar means it's not on the bodily level, it's on the soul platform. We get some happiness, spiritual happiness when we hear the Supreme Lord's pastimes and activities. So that's the thing. It's just comparison. We see the honey in this material world as an example. Right? So that's what it is. The licking of the honey from the Lord's lotus feet means one verse from Bhagavad Gita 10.9. Machitta madhugata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayanta shamam nityam dushyanti cha ramanti cha. ఏం చేస్తారు? By discussion about the Krishna's activities, various pastimes, his leelas. They get the nectar. So the next two lines are talks about the materialists. Kimannair asad alapai ayusho yad asad vyayaha. What is the use of topics that unnecessarily waste one's valuable life? Nectar of instruction. Anybody remember one verse? Not non-favorable for devotional service.
Prajalpa.
Atyahara
Prayasasya Prajalpo Niyamagraha. Janasangasya Laulyam cha Janasangasya Laulyam cha
Shadvidam is only the Shadvidam something. I
forgot. Shadbir Bhaktir Vinashyati.
Vinashyati. Yeah. What is the use of topics that unnecessarily waste one's value? Those are the useless topics. It won't help us. Yes. Let us go to this section. You can read Lavanya 10 to 17, some of this section.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
10 to 17. The Goswami describes the movements of Parikshit as a conqueror. 10 to 12. Maharaja Parikshit conquers all directions. 10. Hearing the unpleasant news that Kali had entered his state with its inauspicious effects, Maharaja Parikshit took up his bow and prepared himself to fight. 11. Maharaja Parikshit started on his well-decorated chariot, accompanied by his troops, to conquer in all directions. 12. Parikshit conquered all parts of the earthly planet, Bhadrashva, Ketumala, etc., and exacted tributes from their respective rulers. 13 to 17. Parikshit hears the glories of Pandavas in his travels. 13 to 15. Parikshit heard in those places the glories of his ancestor and that of Krishna, his own deliverance from the Brahmastra, and the devotion of the Pandavas and Rishis for Lord Krishna. Being highly satisfied, he generously gave the glorifiers great wealth. 16th. Krishna's affection towards the Pandavas.
So ఈ శ్లోకం మనం నేర్చుకున్నాం. Can you try to recite that tune from లీలా మన లలితమంతో చెప్పారు కదా, సారథ్య పార్షద సేవన్ తో
సారథ్య పార్షద సేవన సఖ్య దౌత్య వీరాసనానుగమనస్తవన ప్రణామం స్నిగ్ధేషు పాండుషు జగత్ప్రణతిం చ విష్ణు భక్తిం కరోతి నృపతిశ్చరణారవిందే. Saratya Parshada Sevana Sakya Dautya. As a chariot driver, president, servant, friend, messenger, Virasananagamana Stavana Pranamam. As a watchman, as an obedient servant, by praising them and offering respect to them. Snigdeshu Pandushu Jagat Pranatimcha Vishnu. Krishna, who is universally obeyed, served the Pandavas who are very malleable to Krishna's will. Bhaktim Karoti Nrupatis Charanara Vinde. When Maharaja Parikshit heard this, he was overwhelmed with devotion.
Yeah, 17.
Now, 17. Now hear what happened while Maharaj Parikshit was passing his days like this. Hare Krishna.
So, one question. So, Krishna, by looking at this verse, he is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead, serving his devotees in the form of, chariot driver, president, servant, friend, messenger, as a watchman. It's mutual affection, reciprocation between Pandavas and Supreme Lord. They always remember Krishna. Pandavas are great devotees of Supreme Lord, right? So Krishna serves his pure devotees. That way we can understand from this example, this verse. Krishna's affection towards the Pandavas. See, there is one verse from Bhagavad Gita. Samoham sarva bhuteshu namayed vesho sti napriya. That means I'm equal to anybody, but whoever, special affection towards his pure devotees. He's equal to everybody, but is special, some favorable situation to his devotees. This is a good example, right? How Krishna accepted different roles here to help his devotees, Pandavas. Wonderful verse, actually. Yeah, so now let's go through the other section, 18 to 24. Lalitman Prabhu, can you please read?
Yes, Prabhu. Text 18-24. Dharma's questions to Dharani. 18. Dharma meets Dharani. The personality of religion, Dharma, as a bull moving on one leg, met the personality of a Dharani as a cow, who lost her bodily luster and had tears in the eyes. Dharma inquired from her as follows. Text 19. Are you healthy? Your face appears dark with grief. Should I read this, Prabhuji? 19 to 20?
Yes. This section.
Yeah, okay. Text 19 to 23. Are you lamenting for a friend in a distant land? And text 20. My state. Are you lamenting for my state, missing 3 legs and standing on only one? Or are you lamenting for yourself being exploited by the unlawful meat eaters? Are you lamenting for the demigods who are now bereft of sacrificial offerings? Or are you lamenting for the sufferings of living beings due to the famine and drought?
Yeah. Yes.
And text 21. Are you lamenting for the unhappy women and children who are left by unscrupulous persons? Or are you lamenting for the goddess of learning who is being handled by the sinful Brahmanas? Or are you lamenting for the Brahmanas who are serving kings disrespectful of Brahminical culture? Or are you lamenting for the disorder created by so-called administrators bewildered by Kali? Or are you lamented by the people engaged in eating, sleeping, mating, etc. without restriction? Are you lamenting for the people being bereft of Lord's presence? You are probably remembering his activities and lamenting in their absence. So this is what Dharma asks to Dharani.
Yeah.
Text 24.
Chadan.
Why have you reduced to this state? I think that time might have forcibly taken away all your fortune, which was worshipped even by the demigods. So, when the lords descend, the earth becomes enriched with great opulence. Thank you.
So, Prabhu, yes, thank you very much, Prabhu, for reading. See, in this Kali Yuga, see, actually, dharma four legs, right? What are the dharma four legs? Miryapagan, Lalit Mohan Prabhu, other devotees. Can you try? What are the dharma's four legs? What is dharma actually?
Satyam, Daya, Saucham, Tapa. 4 legs.
Satyam, Daya, Saucham, Tapa. English lo cheppandi. Satyam, truthfulness.
Truthfulness, Satyam, Daya. Mercy, compassion.
Other two.
Tapa means austerity and Saucham means cleanliness.
So that's where we follow 4 regulatory principles, right? So each quality or it's a dharma, each leg, for example, the cleanliness, for example. Say an example, Alavanya or any other devotees. What is that cleanliness talks about?
Regulative principles, Prabhuji.
Yeah, regulative principles only, Mataji. That's where a devotee's life situated in the proper dharma, following the 4 regulative principles. That means following 4 qualities. We have to develop Satyam, Daya, Saucham, Tapa.
Cleanliness
Dharma,
means like
cleanliness.
Internal, external, both.
The example in the cleanliness, regulative principle of what we follow. We have to follow. What is that? That's no illicit sex. Cleanliness, what is that? Saucham. Quality is going to gone. Now, what about the other two? Compassionate, mercy.
Non-violence, no meat eating.
no meat eating.
No meat eating. The other two?
No gambling means truthfulness.
Then the other one?
No intoxication.
Austerity.
No intoxication.
Yes. Now, Kali, Dharma's questions to Dharani. See, Dharmam Nalu Pada Bhudevi feel out the right? So, what is the one leg? My state. Are you lamenting for my state missing 3 legs and standing on only one? What is that only one there in this Kali Yuga?
Satyam, truthfulness.
So that's what she is lamenting, Dharani. So other things, see, these are all Kali's, influence. Started actually during the Parikshit Maharaj time only. Kali entered means now it's going. At the time, it's going to be like, no, there won't be any crops, no grains, nothing. Man is going to eat another man. That kind of situation will come. That is a prediction of, that is not prediction, that is going to happen. Vedic literature says. So she is lamenting here. All the qualities are nicely explained here in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses. The Kali's influence, lamentations of Dharani. That's the thing. So nicely described here in this verse. So there is no, disrespectful of Brahmanical culture, sinful activities. The goddess of learning who is being handled by sinful Brahmanas, unhappy women and children who are left by unscrupulous persons, exploitation. sufferings of living beings due to famine and drought. Demigods who are now bereft of sacrificial offerings. Reversal, being exploited by the unlawful meat eaters. Disorder created by so-called administrators. Problem with this one, administrators. The rulers are not good. That's where biggest responsibility. Actually, in ISKCON, GEV, I think it's going on. There are some like-minded devotees who are preparing for IAS, IPS, those kind of public service exams. They are trying to be, get the jobs and good Krishna consciousness with the administrators. That's going on. Actually, it's there. I think it's still going on under the guidance of Gauranga Prabhu and Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. IAS, IPS, and groups exams. Whoever devotees likes to appear those exams, they have a training center. So we need a Krishna conscious mindset administrators, because they follow rules and regulations. They at least some part of that, whatever he rules, that particular person having good conscience, at least in that particular place is going to be nice. Now, politicians, administrators means we always see puffed up politicians, and they are corrupted. Their consciousness completely polluted by too much sense gratification. They wanted to accumulate in mode. That's the thing. So these are all Kali's influence, Kali's effective. Being bereft of the Lord's presence, you are probably remembering his activities and lamenting in their absence. So his lamentation. So here, let us see the 25 to 36, I think last section. Yeah. So Dharani expressed her pain of separation from the Lord and her lamentation about the effects of Kali. Dharani and Hare Krishna. Dharani and తెలుసు కదా Hare Krishna.
Mother Earth.
Bhumata Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah. Ever Chaudhary is the last section on the. Anybody likes to read? Raju Prabhu, you can continue.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Continue.
25 to 36, Dharani expressed her pain of separation from the Lord and her lamentation about the effects of Kali. 25. O Dharma, once you were also maintained by 4 legs, and you increased the happiness of the world by the mercy of the Lord. 26 to 30. Lord Krishna, the reservoir of all divine qualities like truthfulness, compassion, self-satisfaction, and so on, and the abode of Lakshmi, Sri Nivasena, how has now ended his pastimes. In his absence, Kali Yuga has spread its influence. I am sorry to see this. 31. I lament about myself, you, the demigods, sages, Pitrus, devotees, and all the followers of Varnashrama. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Akanchan Prabhuji, please continue. 32.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Akinchan Prabhuji. Okay. Sapan Prabhu joined? I don't think so. Hare Krishna, Akinchan Priya Prabhu. Meer Chadan Prabhu, Raja Prabhu, continue.
Okay,
Lakshmi.
okay. 32. Lakshmi's attraction towards the Lord. Brahmadayo Bahutitam Yat Apanga Moksha Kamastapaha Samacharan Bhagavat Prapannaha. Lakshmi, whose glance is desired by demigods like Brahma, surrendered to the Lord for a long time, preferred austerities. Sasri Swavasam Aravinda Vanam Vihaya left her abode of the lotus feet and Yat Pada Saubhagyam Alam Bhajate Nurukta worshipped the Lord's lotus feet with great attachment. 33. Heirs, fortune, and distress. Tasyaham Abhaja Kulishankusa Ketahya Srimad Kant. What Prabhuji?
Correct. Ketai, correct.
Ketahe Srimad Padhair Bhagavataha Samalan Kritangi. I was decorated by his footprints, thunderbolt, flag, gold lotus. Trin Atyarocha Upalabhya Tato Vibhutim. Being thus endeavored with specific powers, I suppressed the three words in fortune. Lokansa Mam Vyasajadit Usmaryatim Tad Ante. But the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. Can I continue, Prabhuji? Somebody read. You read, Prabhuji.
No.
You read, Prabhuji.
So one thing, to this 32 and 33 verses, see, after Dharani expressed her pain of separation from the Lord, why these two taken place, Lakshmi's attraction and Earth's fortune coming into play in this section? Anybody knows? Lakshmi's attraction towards the Lord and then Earth's fortune and distress. Connection in
Yeah, Prabhuji, these are important shlokas also, by the way. Brahmadayo bahutitam yadapanga moksha Kamastapa samacharan bhagavat prapanna sa shri svavasamaravinda vanam vihaya yat pada saubhagamalam bhajate nuratta. No, means actually Lakshmi left the lotus lotus forest and reached the lotus feet of the Lord. But me, earth, Bhumi is also an expansion of Lakshmi. I should be here and bear all these people. So this is what the lamentation of Mother Earth has continued. And Mother Earth is nothing but again an amsha of Lakshmi Devi. So my distress is, my happiness is, I was covered by Lord's lotus feet, which was very important. And what is that lotus feet? The significance of lotus feet. The Lakshmi, the Lakshmi's qualities and all are described in the text 32. And then she says that Lakshmi, that foot has tromped on me for all the time, when Krishna was there.
Krishna Padas.
Yes.
Okay.
So she was actually remembering her own glorifying days, glorious days. How glorious I was. Because that personality who left the lotus forest and has taken the shelter, who is so, her glance itself is enough for this Brahma and all. They aspire for the glance of her, and such personality has gone to the lotus feet and served lotus feet for so much of time, and that lotus feet is on me. So I was so fortunate at that time, but I'm bereft of that fortune now. So this is how she was lamenting, bro.
So here Lakshmi and Magu same Dharani.
Yeah, Dharani is an amsha of Lakshmi.
Lakshmi is amsha Dharani.
Yeah, Dharani is an amsha of Lakshmi only.
Yeah. Yeah, ఇది కూడా చదవండి ప్రభు శ్లోకం.
Tasyahamabjakulishankushake. Sorry, I'm sorry, Prabhuji. It's very long time I've read these slokas. Tasyahamabjakulishankushake tuketai Srimatpadair Bhagavata Samalankritangi Trinatyarocha upalabhya tato vibhutim Lokan samam vyasrujad Utsmaityam, Lokan samam vyasrajad utsmayatim tadante. The practice is needed, Prabhu. I didn't practice this well, but I know these are the important shlokas. And I don't know how I missed these shlokas while reading, but these are very important shlokas also.
అందుకే ఈ బుక్ లో ఆయన పెట్టాడు. Yes.
Thank you.
చదవండి ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ ఒకసారి ఇది కూడా. Fortunate. She is thinking about, Supreme Lord's lotus feet, that he walked on me like that. Yes, I was decorated by his footprints, thunderbolt, flag, gold, lotus. Then, being thus endowed with specific powers, I surpassed the 3 worlds in fortune. But at the end, when I felt I was so fortunate, the Lord left me. 34-35. Let me read. Okay. Krishna relieved me of the burden of the military planks of atheistic kings. Similarly, he relieved you of your weak standing strength by his prowess, appearing in the Yadu dynasty. Pain of separation from Krishna. ఇది ఎట్లా ప్రభు చేస్తారా?
Shrutva Gunan, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Shrutva Gunan Bhuvana Sundara. Kavasaheta viraham purushottamasya ప్రేమావలోకరుచిరస్మిత వల్గు జల్పై స్థైర్యం సమానమహరన్ మధుమానినీనాం రోమోత్సవో మమ యదాంగ్రి వితంకితాయః. So, kava saheta viraham purushottamasya. Who can tolerate the pangs of separation from the Supreme Lord Krishna? So here Dharani is feeling only. Premavaloka ruchirasmita valgu jalpaihi. Who by his sweet smiles, pleasing glances and hearty appeals, stairyam samanam aharan madhu manini nam, could conquer the gravity and passionate wrath of his sweethearts like Satyabhama. Romotsava mama yadangri vitankitayah. When he traversed my surface, Earth's surface, his footprints made my hair stand on end, sumptuously covered with grass. Beautiful feelings, Dharani is, she's remembering. See, every day we have to, in some culture, every day, as soon as they woke up, they, namaskaram chesaru actually, Bhudeviki. So everything is so nice. In these verses, we have to have that, gratitude towards Bhudevi. We are living on the earthly planet. We are situated on the earth. We have to remember Bhudevi, Dharani Mata. So here, when he traversed my surface, earth's surface, his footprints made my hair stand on end. She always ecstasy. I mean, we see in the Shikshastakam also, right? Nayanam galadashtu dharaya vadanam. This is ecstasy. She also felt very happy. My hair stand on end. It's an ecstasy. Dharani also, Bhudevi Mata also feeling ecstasy by remembering all these auspicious time as Krishna on the earthly planet. 36. While Dharma and Dharani were thus conversing, the saintly Parikshit reached the shore of Saraswati river. So this is wonderful discussion actually, Dharma and Dharani in this chapter. From which section it is? Dharma's question to Dharani, 18-24 and 25-36. 1.16.18 to last 36 verses. Discussions between Dharma and Dharani. Yeah, Gujarati tradition. Gujarati tradition, they pay obeisance Mother Earth as soon as they get up. And in some other parts, actually, it's nice to remember. What is? Okay, Nita Sevani Mata is told. My wife messaged there. Okay, thank you. So that's what it is. In this chapter, we see how Parikshit received the age of Kali. In his time, only got to know that yes, Kali's influence is started. And then here in this chapter specifically, Dharma's discussions to Dharani, Dharma's conversation to Dharani. So this is what the whole chapter talks about. Thank you so much, Prabhuji and Matajis, for today's review. Tomorrow we'll do CC review and then continue our regular readings. Thank you so much for your attention and presence. Now let us go through with our Dhruva Maharaja prayers. Iroju chaptara Prabhu kottadi emana? Acha, yesterday you left, right?
We didn't complete that, Prabhuji.
Acha, yeah. So mare practice cheddam adi?
Yeah. We will do that now.
Yes. ఈ పాత 4 శ్లోకాలు ఎవరైనా చేయమంటారా ఏంటిది?
No, Prabhuji, it's okay. They have done it enough. They have learned it enough.
Yes. Yeah. Then. Lastly, నిన్న ఇది చేసినాం కదా, సాబ్రహ్మణి స్వ మహిమాన్యపి. సాబ్రహ్మణి స్వ మహిమాన్యపి. Yeah. Let us practice this verse today.
Okay,
you are able to.
Yes. I am able to do everything, but the only thing is I forgot that you know.
మన డివోటీలు ఉన్నారు కదా ప్రభు.
కాదు ప్రభుజీ,
మీరు చెప్పండి, మీరు ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ఎవరున్నారు ఇక్కడ?
లేదు, వెళ్ళిపోయింది, మాతాజీ కూడా వెళ్ళిపోయింది. ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచ యా నిర్వృతిస్తనుభృతం తవ పాద పద్మ.
కాదు ప్రభుజీ,
మీరు చెప్పండి అయితే సంయుక్త
మీరు చెప్పండి, మీరు బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నారు.
నేను నాకు గుర్తు రావట్లేదు, ఆగండి.
చేయండి.
యోంతః ప్రవిశ్య మమ వాచమిమాం ప్రసుప్తాం సంజీవయత్యఖిల శక్తిధరస్వధామ్నా అన్యాంశ్చ హస్తచరణశ్రవణత్వగాధీన్ ప్రాణాన్నమో భగవతే పురుషాయ తుభ్యం.
నేను తేడాగా చదివినా మాతాజీ?
ప్రభుజీ, మీరు చదివిన దాంట్లో ఫస్ట్ హాఫ్ లైన్ కరెక్ట్ వచ్చినట్టు అనిపించింది ప్రభుజీ నాకు.
Okay, Mataji. Okay, yes. It happens, Mataji. It happens with me more because I was the most confused lot in the whole batch. And me adrushtam andarki ela unnattu nenu tagilenu mi andarki. Yeah, that is your austerity.
మీరు మర్చిపోయినా ఈ గ్రూప్ రిమైండ్స్ యూ ప్రభు. సో ఆ మాధవ ఇది కూడా ఒకసారి నేను ఏకస్తమేవ భగవన్ ఇదమాత్మ సత్య మాయాఖ్యయోర్గుణయా మహదాద్య శేషం శ్రుత్వానువిశ్య పురుష సద్గుణేషు నానేవ దారుషు విభవాసువాద్ విభాసి త్వద్దత్తయా వయునయేదం అచస్త విశ్వం సూక్త ప్రబుద్ధ ఇవ నయనాథ భవత్ ప్రపన్న తస్యాపవర్గ్య శరణం తవ పాదమూలం విస్మర్త్యయే కృతవిదా కథమర్థ బంధో నూనం విముష్టమతయస్తవ మాయయాతే ఏ త్వం భవాప్యయా విమోక్షణం అన్యహేతో అర్చంతి కల్పకతరుం కునపోపభోగ్యం ఇచ్చంతి యత్ స్పర్శజం నిరయేపి నృణాం. చలో yes.
యా నిర్వృతిస్థనుభృతం తవ పాద పద్మా ధ్యానాద్ భవజ్జన కథా శ్రవణేన వాస్య సా బ్రహ్మణి స్వమహిమన్యపి నాతమా భూత్ కిం త్వంతకాసి లులితాత్ పతతాం విమానాత్.
వెరీ గుడ్. చేయండి మాతాజీ, ప్రభుజీ, సేమ్ ట్యూన్ ట్రై చేయండి.
No, Prabhu, I didn't make them practice. Let me do that first. Okay, 3 lines together and then the whole shloka together. Then let me tell them to practice. Okay. So we will go by our normal mode. Ya nirvritistanubhritam tava pada padma.
Ya nivritistanubhritam tava pada padma.
Repeat after me 3 times. Every line. Ya nirvritistanubhritam tava pada padma.
Ya nivritistanubhritam tava pada padma.
Ya nirvritistanubhritam tava pada padma.
Ya निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा
या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा
या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा
ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
ज्ञानाद्भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन
ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
ज्ञानाद्भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
ज्ञानाद्भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत्
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 किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
किं
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात्
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात्
Two lines together. या निर्वृतिस्थनुवृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
या निवृत्तस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकृतं
स्यात्
या निर्वृतिस्थनुवृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
या निवृत्तस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात्
या निर्वृतिस्थनुवृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
या निवृत्तस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि
पततां विमानात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् पततां विमानात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात्
Okay, now I will recite the whole shloka 3 times. Then the individual practice will start. Okay. या निर्वृतिस्थनुवृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात् या निर्वृतिस्थनुवृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशिलुलितात् पततां विमानात् या निर्वृतिस्थनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि न तमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकातिललितात् पततां विमानात्. So as per your turn, please go start with the Samyukta Mataji and family. Rajaram, Rajaram Prabhu, no? Ramireddy Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes.
But before that, let us read translation. Deepamati ఒకసారి చదవండి translation.
Translation. My Lord, the transcendental bliss derived from meditating upon your lotus feet or hearing about your glories from pure devotees is so unlimited that it is far beyond the stage of Brahmananda, wherein one thinks himself merged in the impersonal Brahman as one with the Supreme. Since Brahmananda is also defeated by the transcendental bliss derived from devotional service, then what to speak of the temporary blissfulness of elevating oneself to the heavenly planets, which is indeed by the separating sword of time. Although one may be elevated to the heavenly planets, he falls down in due course of time.
Yeah.
So the
nice.
translation is very big actually, but generally it is first two verses like ya nirvritis, that which bliss, that bliss. Tanubhritam means of the embodied. Of the embodied means what? The humans. We derive the bliss by what? Tava pada padma dhyanat means by concentrating or meditating upon your lotus feet. Bhavajjana katha shravanena vasyat means bhavajjana means from your intimate devotees. Well, we hear the topics. Katha means the topics. Shravanena means hearing. Vasyat comes into being. The bliss. That bliss will come into the being. Sa brahmani swamahimanya pinatamabhut means sa brahmani means what you say, impersonal Brahman. What is the bliss that is achieved by the impersonal Brahman? Swa brahmani means what is that in front of this? In front of what?
Devotional service.
In front of that bliss achieved by hearing the topics of your lotus feet or you. So the impersonal bliss which has been in the Brahma Jyoti is nothing in front of what the bliss that is arrived from you by concentrating upon you. And what even speak of this Svargaloka, leave it. So this is what this shloka means. Okay. Now actually Dhruv Maharaj is actually speaking about the material world, impersonal Brahman and the spiritual world. The bliss in these three places.
Yeah. So basically in today's Bhagavatam 1.16, that higher taste, that also we see, right? How everywhere, lotus feet, Supreme Personality of Charanamule Nammiti, Nidivya. There is one Ramadas. Charanamule Nammiti, Nidivya, Charanamule Nammiti. And there is different songs actually on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord.
Brahma Kadina
Kadegina Padamu, Brahmamu Taneni Padamu. Lotus feet of Supreme Lord is taking shelter of the lotus feet. Supreme Personality of Godhead. So nicely described by Dhruv Maharaj, a pure devotee of Supreme Lord. Same in connection with just little while ago we read 1.16. That 9th verse, 9th or 8th verse. Same, licking honey from the lotus feet of the Lord, hearing about the Supreme Lord and get the transcendental bliss, just like honey. Yes.
Prabhuji, ఈ moment లో నాకు ఒక doubt వచ్చింది, which is totally unrelated, I think. But anytime when Krishna had to appear in front of his devotees, most of the times we have seen that he's appeared as Narayana, the 400 form. When did he appear as Krishna himself, other than Vrindavana lo unna pastimes tappinchi inkeppudena as Krishna himself has he appeared in front of devotees?
I'm just thinking.
And why does he not appear as Krishna in that case? Kala doubt వచ్చింది ఎందుకో.
Vrindavan past.
Is he himself is present in his Krishna form, That is one side. Whether they are devotees or non-devotees, like even Duryodhana, everybody got to see his form. But when is it that he has appeared as Krishna himself in front of the devotees? Like ఇలాగా ప్రే చేస్తుంటే కనబడటం అట్లాంటి ఏమైనా సిచ్యువేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయా?
Mataji, actually Krishna appears as Krishna when devotee desire to see him like this, like Krishna.
Okay.
If devotee desires to see him as a 400 Narayana, he will appear as Narayana.
But are there any situations where he has appeared as Krishna?
Means in the 10th canto only you will see all those findings, Mataji. 9th and 10th canto only you see those things, because they are intimate pastimes. No? Other than that, you only see Narayana for a pastime. And that too, which Narayana? The Narayana from this Kshirodak
Vaikuntha.
child. Yeah, from this Vaikuntha, which is in this material world.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Most of the time you will see this only.
కానీ అలాంటి
Only to the-
స్టోరీస్ ఉన్నాయా ప్రభుజీ ఎక్కడ కృష్ణ has appeared as Krishna?
Yeah, 15th, this Chaitanya Charitamrita you will get, Mataji.
Okay.
Shadabhuj avatar and Krishna form. In Charitamrita you have. In Chaitanya Charitamrita you will get a lot to see.
Okay.
To the many devotees he will appear as Krishna only, not as a Narayana.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, for the devotees who wanted him to see as Narayana, he appeared as Narayana. So
అంటే
it
it
is,
depends on what they are meditating upon, Prabhuji. If
yes,
they are
that is main thing, Mataji. Because he wanted to satisfy his devotee in a way devotee likes him or perceives him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if what is a demon perceives him in the form of death, he will come in the form of death also.
Form of death. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
Because that
like
is what,
for Gopal Bhatta Goswami, he appeared as Radharaman, but that is not that is a direct idol form, kada. But it is as good as Krishna himself, because he's appeared as in his exact how he would stand, how his hands would be, how his legs would be.
no, Mataji, you and me would see that Radharaman as a deity. But Gopal Bhatta Goswami would interact with him as if he's Krishna. No? So for his vision, he's Krishna only. Krishna doing everything. But we cannot see actually. Our vision is personal, completely hazed. We can only see him through as a form of deity. That is our understanding. This is what our knowledge perceives. But for Gopal Bhatta Goswami, the same deity will dance. So that same deity will make him eat. And that same deity will honor. Will do everything. Will bathe. Will do everything. So it depends, Mataji, how advanced we are.
Okay.
That's a complete different topics. But Krishna satisfies us, our most innate desire.
Yes, Prabhuji.
One sloka ఉంది అంటే అది ఉంది కదా, ఏ యథా మాం ప్రపద్యంతే తాం సత్యామ్యహం మమ వర్త్మానువర్తంతే యా పార్థ సర్వసః. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. Hosanna Prabhupada. Prabhupada writes on specific line, Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus everyone is satisfied according to one's. To have him in the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude, just as a devotee wants to him. One devotee may want Krishna as Supreme Master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, still another as his lover. That's where 64 qualities there, right? Krishna only having these 64. Vishnu, Lord Supreme Lord Narayana, Vishnu, having 60 qualities. The 4 qualities like Leela Madhurya, Rupa Madhurya, Guna Madhurya, I think there are another, Venu Madhurya. The 4 qualities extra which Krishna is having. So, yeah, he can appear in him. That's there. Yeah, Chaitanya Charitamrita we see Shadbhuja Gauranga and other devotees, they see Krishna.
And Bhishma Deva, while passing away, he sees like 400 women.
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yes. So practice చేద్దామా Hare Krishna. You clear, right? Deepa Mataji?
Yes,
Got that?
Prabhuji. Yeah, I got the answer.
Yeah. Practice చేద్దాం ఇది. ఒక 5 minutes practice చేసి we will wrap up. Everybody's done one time today. So Mataji, begin yourself. మీరే Deepa Mataji.
या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि सा महिमन्यपि नाथ मा भूत् किं त्वन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात् మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి చేస్తాను ప్రభుజీ या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि सा महिमन्यपि नाथ मा भूत् किं त्वन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात् हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. And then next, Samyukta Mataji, Sandhya Mataji, Lavanya. Please do it quickly.
Yes, Prabhuji. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्
Very good. Prabhuji, Unami Prabhuji.
पुनः प्रभुजी
Jai
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Very
या निर्वृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नाथमाभूत् किं त्वान्तकासि लुलितात् पततं विमानात्.
Okay, Prabhu. Nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Then Sandhya Mataji. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
ఒక నిమిషం ఒక నిమిషం తీసుకో సారీ ప్రభుజీ
It's okay.
या निवृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवजनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमान्यपि नातमा भूकाशि ललितत्पततां विमानात्.
Jai. Thank you. Lavanya, please do.
या निवृत्तिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वमहिमन्यपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशि लुलितत्पततां विमानात्.
Very good. Prabhus, Raju Prabhu, Akinchan Priya Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. या निवृत्तस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि सा स्वमहिमन्यपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकाशि लुलितत् पततं विमानात्.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Akinchan Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. या निर्वितस्तनुभृतं तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमानि अपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वन् अंतकाशि लुलिता पततं विमानात्.
లాస్ట్ ది ఒకసారి చేయండి ప్రభు. కిం త్వంతకాసి
त्वन्तकाशि लुलिता पततं विमानात्.
किं त्वन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्.
किं त्वन्तकाशि लुलिता पततां विमानात्.
Yes.
Yeah, let me try. या निर्वृतिस्तनुभृतां तव पादपद्मा ध्यानात् भवज्जनकथा श्रवणेन वा स्यात् सा ब्रह्मणि स्वामहिमन्यपि नातमाभूत् किं त्वन्तकासि लुलितात् पततां विमानात्. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, all the wonderful devotees. So we'll connect tomorrow. 1 second. It's frozen now. Stop sharing. Yeah. Thank you very much. for joining today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Happy Casey Wednesday. Okay. See you all tomorrow. Thank you very much. Dhanavad Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.